Top 5 cheeses seniors should avoid after 60. Did you know? Just one slice of the wrong cheese a day can quietly push you closer to high blood pressure, heart disease, memory loss, and even stroke. It sounds hard to believe, but it's backed by science. Many people over 60 turn to cheese thinking it's healthy because it's rich in calcium and protein. And that's partly true, but only for some kinds. Several types of cheese, even ones that seem harmless or are marketed as healthy, are loaded with sodium, saturated fats, and synthetic additives. These ingredients can silently trigger inflammation, stiffen your arteries, impair memory, and weaken digestion, especially as your body ages. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that choosing the wrong type of cheese can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 40%, just from a small daily habit. So which cheeses should you avoid if you want to protect your heart, brain, and digestive system? In this video, I'll show you 5 common cheeses that are not suitable for people over 60. More importantly, I'll give you smarter alternatives, so you can still enjoy your favorite flavors without putting your health at risk. Let's start with the first cheese on the list, one that seems harmless and appears in millions of meals across America every day, but it's not actually real cheese. 1. American cheese. Do you remember the creamy, melty flavor of grilled cheese sandwiches from your childhood? Chances are, the cheese you used, and might still be using, is American cheese. But here's something most people don't realize. American cheese isn't real cheese. It's a processed product made from cheese, but heavily modified with stabilizers, emulsifiers, artificial colors, and preservatives. And the problem is, those additives can take a serious toll on your heart, digestive health, and brain function, especially as you age. Just one slice of American cheese can pack 350 to 400 milligrams of sodium. That's 15 to 18% of your entire day's sodium limit. If you're managing high blood pressure, on heart medication, or dealing with memory issues, eating this ultra-salty cheese every day is like pouring fuel on the fire. It gets worse. The emulsifiers and additives in American cheese have been shown to disrupt your gut microbiome, a key player in your immune system, inflammation control, and cognitive health. And if you're still thinking, one slice a day can't hurt, the National Institutes of Health warns that artificial phosphates, common in processed cheese, are linked to arterial calcification and declining kidney function in older adults. That's why, if you're over 60, it's best to avoid American cheese altogether, especially the pre-packaged bright yellow slices. Instead, choose minimally processed, low-sodium cheeses like fresh mozzarella. They're easier to digest and much safer for your heart and memory. What about you? Do you eat American cheese regularly? What do you usually pair it with? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you think American cheese is the worst offender, wait until you see the next one. It looks fancy and is often called a gourmet cheese, but for people over 60, it could be a recipe for headaches, blood pressure spikes, and even irregular heartbeat. 2. Blue cheese. Blue cheese is often considered a premium cheese, rich, creamy, and sometimes even called the wine of cheeses. But behind its fancy appearance and bold flavor lies a hidden danger, especially for those over 60. The concern lies in the blue mold, specifically the Penicillium roqueforti fungus used to create those signature blue veins. During fermentation, this mold produces tyramine and histamine, 2 compounds that can trigger high blood pressure, dizziness, headaches, and even irregular heartbeat. Seniors, with more sensitive blood vessels and nervous systems, are especially vulnerable. A 2023 study published in Food Chemistry found that tyramine in mold-ripened cheeses can cause severe headaches, blood pressure spikes, and even trigger atrial fibrillation in people over 60. That's not all. If you're taking antidepressants, MAOIs, or blood pressure medication, tyramine can dangerously interfere with your treatment, leading to serious complications. And there's something else most people don't know. Unpasteurized blue cheese may contain Listeria monocytogenes, a bacteria that's especially risky for those with weakened immune systems, pregnant women, and older adults. Just one piece of improperly stored blue cheese could lead to a serious infection, even affecting the brain or heart. If you often feel foggy, tired, or have trouble sleeping after eating dishes with blue cheese, your body might be reacting to it. So what should you do instead? Swap out blue cheese for goat cheese. It offers a similar rich flavor, but is much safer for your heart and nervous system. Still love your blue cheese? That's okay. Just keep your portions small, no more than 1 ounce per serving. And make sure it's pasteurized and stored properly. Do you use blue cheese in salads, sandwiches, or sauces? How do you feel afterward? Share your thoughts in the comments. You're probably not alone. And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, so you won't miss any of our future nutrition tips designed to help you stay strong, sharp, and healthy after 60. 3. Cream cheese. Cream cheese has long been a breakfast favorite, smooth, creamy, and easy to spread on toast. But behind that silky texture and pleasant taste lies a surprising truth. Cream cheese is actually one of the least nutritious types of cheese. Unlike cheeses rich in protein or gut-friendly probiotics, cream cheese offers very little protein, almost no calcium, and is packed with saturated fat, the kind that quietly raises cholesterol, slows down metabolism, and promotes belly fat accumulation. And for seniors, managing those risks is already a challenge. What's more, most cream cheese is made from pasteurized milk and contains stabilizers and preservatives to maintain its texture and shelf life. That also makes it prone to bacterial contamination if left out at room temperature too long, a serious risk for older adults with weakened immune systems, potentially leading to food poisoning or digestive upset. Worse still, many modern versions of cream cheese, especially the flavored ones like strawberry or honey walnut, are loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and thickeners. So while you may think you're starting your day with a light breakfast, you're actually loading up on a cocktail of bad fats, sugar, and additives that can trigger inflammation, mess with blood sugar, and leave you feeling sluggish. So, what should you do instead? Skip the sweet, creamy spread and go for plain goat cheese or unsweetened nut butter. They provide healthy fats that support brain and heart health, help you feel full longer, and are easier to digest. And now, let's move on to the next cheese on the list, one that might seem classic and harmless. It's found in countless American lunches, from grilled cheese to snack packs. But what many don't realize is that it contains more saturated fat and sodium than nearly any other cheese, quietly putting your heart health at serious risk. 4. Processed cheese spread. You've probably seen this type of cheese in plastic tubs, glass jars, or those little foil-wrapped triangles. Processed cheese spread may look convenient, but for seniors, it's one of the worst cheeses to keep in your fridge. Why? Because it's not real cheese. It's a processed mixture of melted cheese, emulsifiers, salt, preservatives, artificial flavors, and often, partially hydrogenated oils, which are a major source of trans fats. And here's the danger. Trans fats have been scientifically proven to raise bad cholesterol, LDL, lower good cholesterol, HDL, and dramatically increase the risk of stroke and heart disease, especially after age 60. Even a small amount, consumed regularly, can quietly fuel chronic inflammation in your body, leading to fatigue, joint pain, and memory problems. To make matters worse, processed cheese spreads are typically loaded with sodium, far more than the recommended daily limit for older adults managing high blood pressure. Just one small spread on your morning toast could take up 20 to 30% of your daily salt allowance before lunch even starts. What's misleading is the texture. It's smooth, creamy, and easy to spread, with a mildly sweet, savory flavor. But nutritionally, it offers almost nothing. No probiotics, very little calcium, almost no protein. It's fattening, but nutrient empty, the exact opposite of what seniors need from their diet. So here's your action step. Take that processed cheese spread out of your fridge today and toss it. Replace it with healthier, minimally processed options like soft goat cheese or fresh mozzarella. These provide real nutrition, with protein, minerals, and healthy fats, without the harmful additives. And now, we come to one of the most common and misunderstood types of cheese out there: cheddar. It may seem harmless, even classic, in everything from grilled sandwiches to burgers. But if you're eating aged, sharp cheddar packed with sodium, it's time for a reality check. Let's find out why this traditional favorite could quietly put your heart and memory at risk. 5. Aged cheddar cheese. In the world of cheese, cheddar is often considered a classic, bold, savory, and deeply rooted in Western cuisine. But if you're over 60, especially watching your blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart health, aged cheddar might be a hidden danger on your plate. The biggest issue with aged cheddar lies in its long aging process, sometimes lasting several months to years. During this time, sodium and saturated fat levels increase significantly, turning this cheese into a fuel source for high blood pressure and arterial plaque buildup. 2 key risks for stroke and heart attack. Take, for example, a simple ham and cheddar sandwich. Sounds familiar, right? But if that slice of cheddar is aged and extra sharp, you could be adding a surprising amount of sodium and saturated fat, all in one meal. Add mayonnaise, deli meats, or sausage, and you might unknowingly exceed your recommended daily salt and fat intake. On top of that, aged cheddar contains high levels of tyramine, a compound that can trigger headaches, raise blood pressure, and even cause heart rhythm issues in sensitive individuals, especially those taking blood pressure or antidepressant medications. Another concern: aged cheddar's rich, salty flavor makes it easy to overeat, especially when paired with bread, meats, or grilled dishes. The result? Extra salt, fat, and calories, which worsen inflammation, joint pain, and metabolic issues common after 60. If you love cheddar's flavor, here's a smarter option. Choose young cheddar with lower sodium. Stick to small portions, about 1 ounce, and pair it with high-fiber foods like vegetables to help balance the salt and fat content. Dear friend, after 60, your body becomes more sensitive to sodium, saturated fat, and additives found in many processed cheeses. What may seem like harmless choices, a slice of American cheese, a creamy dollop of cream cheese, or a fancy bite of blue cheese, could silently raise your blood pressure, stress your arteries, and affect your memory. But here's the good news. Better health doesn't start with big, overwhelming changes. It starts with small, smart choices you make every day. Start by cutting back on processed cheeses. Switch to fresh, low-sodium, additive-free options like soft goat cheese or fresh mozzarella. You'll likely notice less bloating, better focus, deeper sleep, and more energy throughout the day. And remember, you don't need to do it all at once. Just start by reducing your intake of American cheese, replacing cream cheese with goat or feta, and avoiding overly processed spreads. That alone can help protect your heart, brain, and bones over time. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends or family, especially those who still eat these cheeses daily without realizing the risks. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 cheeses do you eat most often? Let me know in the comments. Let's learn from each other and build a healthier life together. I'll see you in the next video, where we continue the journey of living stronger, healthier, and more inspired every day after 60.